Okay, let's do a little sports topics of the day. I got my friend Rich Kaplan with me on this one, and I want to lead off the sports with the New York Mets. I was flabbergasted when I heard people complaining that the Mets are going to let David Wright retire on September 29, playing one game, end his career, so his daughters can watch him. I don't see why people complain about that. To me, David Wright's one of the greatest players in Mets history. He's battled injuries for a couple of years. They're playing a game. The Mets are out of it. They're playing the Miami Marlins, who are out of it. So it's not going to hurt anybody. And I think letting him play in front of the home fans one last game is a well-deserved honor. And I think it's great. I think the ultimate would be David Wright to hit a home run. That would be like the fairy tale ending. But Rich, what do you think of David Wright's swan song here in New York on September 29th?
I absolutely agree with you. I think that they should definitely let him play. I think that he, at one time, was even considered Mr. Met. He was their go-to guy. He was the captain. He brought a lot to the team as far as hits, power, and performance. And that's what you want in a player. So I have to agree with you, Howie, that it's a travesty if they don't let him play at home. Let him play one more game. And if he hits a home run, then yeah, that would be exciting. That would be phenomenal. So yeah, definitely let him play. Let him retire on a high note. Always good to go out on top. I mean, unfortunately, they're not in the playoffs, but you can't win them all.
And I think it would be really cool because during David Wright's heyday with the Mets, the two superstar players were David Wright at third base and Jose Reyes at shortstop. So I think it would be only fitting if for that September 29th game, the Mets throw Jose Reyes at shortstop and David Wright at third base. I think that would be like a romantic ending to have the two buddies, the two icons of the Mets glory days, when they had they were a really good team for many years when they had Carlos Beltran. I think it would be great to let Reyes play shortstop next to Wright for that one big game.
Absolutely, Howie. I think that would be poetic. I think that it would be a poetic end to an amazing career because they're friends and because they were teammates and they're just electric together. The electricity between those two is beyond words. So yeah, I definitely agree with you, Howie. I think that you need to have David Wright play out his last game. The 29th is going to be awesome. I'll definitely watch it. I like both teams, so it'll be great.
Now we return, being a Red Sox fan, this coming week, it doesn't get any better than this. You go back to 2004, when the Red Sox became the only team in the history of baseball to rally from 3 games down to win a series when they beat the Yankees in 7, and watching them celebrate in Yankee Stadium was priceless. And I remember there was someone in the Yankee organization that said to George Steinbrenner, "Let's turn the lights off. I don't want to see the Red Sox celebrating on our field." And George Steinbrenner said, "Absolutely not. They deserve it. They can celebrate on our field." And this coming week, the Red Sox magic number to clinch is 2, which means if they beat the Yankees 1 game out of 3, they will celebrate in Yankee Stadium, on the Yankee Stadium field. That's got to be the absolute nightmare for a Yankee fan, Richard, to see the Red Sox celebrating the division championship at Yankee Stadium.
Oh my God, I can't put into words how much of a nightmare that's going to be. I mean, Yankee fans are very passionate about their team. I'm a Yankee fan. My best friend Jules is a Yankee fan. And I can tell you, Yankee fans, we bleed pinstripe. And to see any team other than your own celebrating the division, it's a travesty. It's an insult. But yet, like Steinbrenner so eloquently worded, they deserve it. The Red Sox have played consistent. They play Powerball. Their hitting is excellent. Everything about them is superb. I can't knock them. And they beat the Mets 5-3 last night. And they're just a powerhouse team, no matter how you look at them, Howie. And I think they deserve this, and I'm all for it.
I think the bigger issue for the Yankees is they're not thinking about the Red Sox. They're thinking about the Oakland A's. Because right now, it's crazy. The last 2 days, the Yankees have lost 2 to Toronto, but the Tampa Bay Rays have done the Yankees a huge favor by knocking off the A's 2 in a row. So the Yankees had a 1.5 game lead on the Oakland A's in the winter, and they're going to play in a 1-game playoff. And the reason the Yankees are fighting so hard is they want to have that game at Yankee Stadium. But I'm telling you, I think the reason why I have a feeling the A's are going to win is, first of all, the Yankees have been struggling. But if you look at the Yankees' schedule, they have to play 4 games at Tampa. Since June 15th, Tampa's been one of the best teams in baseball, and they've given the Yankees fits. I think that could be a really crucial, very difficult series for the Yankees. And I wouldn't be surprised if they end up playing that 1-game playoff in Oakland.
I wouldn't either, Howie. I agree with you. I think Tampa has been on fire. The Rays, the one thing about the Rays is that they're a team that just does not believe in dying. They don't quit. They go up, they get the numbers, they do what they need to do, and they get it done. And I happen to like the Tampa Rays. I'm a Tampa fan and I'm a Yankee fan. I know that sounds weird to those out there, but I have my reasons. But Tampa, you can't knock them down. You can't put them down. And I think that Howie brings up an excellent point. They are going to take that series, and in the result, the Yankees are going to have to play in Oakland. And we know how the Yankees are when they play away. You know, we've seen this. So I believe very strongly that unless there's, by miracle of chance, the Yankees sweep that series, I don't see it any other option. I agree with you.
Although if it does come down to that 1-game playoff, I certainly believe, I mean, I'm just saying my opinion, that I think the Yankees are going to start Masahiro Tanaka. He's been excellent lately. His record in postseason has been excellent. So I think if you want a pitcher to come through in one big game, I think the Yankees are going to turn to Tanaka in that 1-game playoff against Oakland, whether it's in Oakland or New York. And I think the Yankees got to feel pretty good the way Tanaka has pitched this year.
Oh, most definitely, most definitely. I think that Tanaka has been a powerhouse on the mound. And his pitching, everything about him, he is just an amazing player. And I think that it's going to be tragic if they don't start Tanaka. I think they have to start Tanaka. So yeah, I think that Masahiro is going to get the call. We're going to see what happens, and hopefully we get a good result. If we don't get a good result, then there's always Boston.
Absolutely. Now let's turn to football for a little while. Both the Giants and Jets fans are excited about their key rookies. Sam Darnold has led the Jets to an opening day victory. They crushed Detroit 48-17. They came down to earth today with a 20-12 loss to Miami, but Sam Darnold, I thought he played a decent game. I mean, he threw for over 300 yards. He had 2 interceptions, which you never want to see, but he stood under pressure. He made some nice plays, extended some nice plays. And I think all Jet fans are excited about his future. I think he's shown in preseason in the first 2 weeks he can be a special player. And Saquon Barkley, I think, is going to be probably one of the top running backs in football. So I think the Giants and Jets both have an exciting rookie that they can rally around for many, many years to come.
I agree completely. I didn't see the game, but I know Rocco is a Jets fan, and I know from what I've heard that they performed beautifully. Today was a tough loss for them, but you know, you bounce back. That's the thing about football, is that you bounce back. And they're going to have to bounce back next week when I don't know who they face next
Cleveland,
week.
Thursday night.
That should be an interesting game, because Cleveland, as we know, last year they lost all their games, which is unprecedented. So it's going to be an interesting series. I look forward to it, and we'll see what happens.
Okay, thanks a lot, Richard, for for joining me on the Sports Report.
Anytime.
And we'll get back next week. All right,
Absolutely.
Thank you.